Patrick Reed for GoMarquette.com, and I'm joined by the newest member of the Marquette University family. He is the head women's volleyball coach, Ryan Theis. Came to Marquette from Ohio University, spent 6 years there, and guided the Bobcats to 4 NCAA tournament appearances. Ryan, it's been a whirlwind 5 days for you. What is that like to basically uproot your entire life and logistically make this move here to Marquette and dive right into the everyday fundamentals of running a program?
Well, the trickiest part was the beginning. My wife and I did not expect this job to open at any point in the near future. So we were pretty much planning on staying put, and then we heard the news, and then it was we immediately started talking. What if we get the job? What if we're ready to make the move? How would we logically do it? And I think any family would do that. So we kind of had a week process before things got heated in terms of the official process, and we kind of made our plans at that point and saw how it would work, and we're expecting our third in May. So right now we're going to do a little bit back and forth, and Marquette spring break and my son's spring break, and we in our minds worked that all out and said, yeah, let's make this happen. So it's been a little bit of a whirlwind. We're doing some back and forths here and there, but it's well worth it.
It's a lot of balls to juggle for you and your family, Ryan, but you're a Madison native, you're a UW-Milwaukee graduate. How much does this experience mean to you to get back to Wisconsin as a head coach at this level of a program?
Well, I think 15 years ago, when I started on this journey of coaching, you in your mind you have the idea of a dream school and a place you want to be, and this was this was it. I love the city of Milwaukee. As a UW-Milwaukee grad, I was always a little bit jealous of some of the things that Marquette offered and had. It's hard to say that as an alumni, but Marquette has a lot to offer, and I just kind of always had it in the back of my mind. And through past coaches here, actually, when I was starting in my career, I think I applied for the assistant job under 2 previous head coaches. I knew this was a place I wanted to be, and the timing just worked out that it was the right timing, right move, and we're just really thrilled about it.
Generally, this is an exciting experience for you. Specifically, what is it about Marquette that draws you to want to be here, maybe throwing aside the whole Wisconsin native Milwaukee product for a little while? What is it about Marquette that really drew you in?
Well, I think it's a place you can be extremely successful, and I think the Big East is in its infancy. And I think that was one of the biggest draws. I think volleyball is an academic sport. I think a lot of the best teams in the country have good academics surrounding them, have teams that do well academically. And so the biggest thing for me was, there's a lot of good academic schools in this conference. And as this conference continues to support volleyball more, if we're going to make it a priority sport, if Marquette and Creighton and Xavier, Butler, if we're going to lead this conference forward and more schools are going to start investing resources in it, I think it can be a terrific volleyball conference as it is a terrific basketball conference. And so that is the hope and the long-term vision that I have, and it made it very exciting.
With all of those draws, what have been the things that you have learned about this group of players that's already here since you've gotten here? What stood out to you?
Well, I think their overall optimism is phenomenal. The administration, talked to me about the cheers and the high fives when I was hired and from getting here and just the next day. So they find that out Friday, and the next day, Saturday, I'm here, and I said, we're going to start practice Monday. And they were so excited that effort almost was coming from me, and I felt it was a no-brainer. I mean, we got to, if I'm coming, I got to take care of these guys, and they want to practice and they want to be better. So that was excitement. Right away I said, let's create a plan for this week. I'm going to be here 4 days. How can we work this out together so we get to know each other? And they they work with me on that. I went and worked out with them this morning, and it was just not a negative person. Even a kid that's nicked up and sitting out is just positive and happy to be there. And so it was a bit of a conditioning workout. So that's usually when you can get some grimacing and some fatigue faces, and very, very positive. And at the end of the day, it was, we are Marquette in the huddle, and they were fired up to leave and high-fiving, and they're just a really positive group, and I like that.
Yeah, well, you're not afraid to run them a little bit, put them through the grinder a little bit as you've gotten here. Well, Ryan, in your career, obviously we mentioned the 4 NCAA tournaments at Ohio University, and as an assistant, you had quite a bit of a success as well. What are some of the unifying characteristics for high-performing teams in Division I volleyball?
Well, I think a big recipe for success is success in everything that you do. We want to be good in the community, we want to be good in the classroom, and we want to be good on the volleyball court. And so I want us to act as first-class student athletes from the minute we wake up, to the minute we go to bed, and always putting our right foot forward, always taking the high road. And if you're doing those things, that it usually involves hard work, that usually involves being good to others, and those recipes just lead themselves to success. Just positive outlook on things, and then obviously, talent helps.
One of the things that you got to experience on Saturday in your first full day here at Marquette, men's basketball, you were introduced prior to halftime there. That was an interesting day for you. That's National Marquette Day. A lot of folks in attendance. We saw Buzz Williams wearing the gold jacket that day. Fashion's a big part of your sport. You're a visible guy. What can we expect from you there, Ryan?
I got to go shirt and tie. That'll be the start. I'm not great with the fashion, but I might be able to maybe pull my wife in, see if she can pick out something kind of fun. But those will be probably special occasions only.
Ryan, thanks so much for joining us, and best of luck to you in your first spring season with the team and then in the fall of 2014.
All right, thank you. Thanks for having me.